Wow. It's another awesome time together, good people. We are happy to have you. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome, everyone. Okay, my name is Enobong Ekarika once again, and this is another great learning session today with Mr. Terry Ferdinand. And today we are looking at the topic Life Happens, Preparing Financially with the Right Insurance. I believe a lot of us have so many questions when it comes to insurance, when it comes to life eventualities. Today's class is going to prepare you for life eventualities, how you can have the best of it despite whatever happens in life. So I welcome you once again to today's class. I hope you're with your biros, you're with your jotters, you're with your writing materials. It's going to be a very in-depth class. It's going to be a very in-depth class. But before then, I want to welcome every one of you to today's class. I'm happy to have Fumilayo with us. I'm happy to have Oluwa Gbemini. I'm happy to have you on our Facebook page, on our Facebook channels, joining us live and direct. Thank you so much for coming. Get ready to have one of the best times of your life. You're welcome. Okay, so let's start with our mantra, the uncommon man. I believe you're all uncommon people So we can say this together, good people. Let's take this as a reminder of who we are, the uncommon man, the uncommon woman, the uncommon entrepreneur, before we start our class. So we can take this together. This from the book Thomas Paine, Common Sense, a book written in 1776. So we can take it together. I do not choose to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon. If I can if I can, I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any traits. It's my heritage to stand erect, to stand proud and unafraid, to think and act for myself, to enjoy the benefit of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, this, with God's help, I have done. Thank you, good people. Thank you, good people. That is the uncommon man's quote. Please, it's something when we have that mindset of not being a common man, you realize that you're already going to make it big. So back to our topic today. Life happens preparing financially. Life happens preparing financially. Now, life can be full of unexpected twists and turns, and while we can't predict the future, we can certainly prepare for it. Okay? This webinar aims to empower you with the knowledge and tools to make informed decisions about your insurance needs. Whether you're new to the concept of insurance or you're looking to optimize your current coverage, this session will provide valuable insight into how to secure your financial well-being. You're highly welcome. I believe your biros are set and we are good to start. And before then, let's look at our outline for today's class. We will introduce the topic. We'll talk about why insurance matters. We'll talk about what is insurance, types of insurance. We'll look at why you need insurance. Then we'll look at what are the key considerations when it comes to taking up an insurance plan. Then we'll talk about real life examples, okay? And then how do we tailor insurance to your needs? And then we'll talk about common mistakes to avoid. Not just that, we are going to talk about tips to managing insurance, and we are going to give you room for as many questions as possible. I believe you're ready with your questions, you're ready with your comments, you're ready for a very correct time together. You're highly welcome. So let me quickly introduce our wonderful speaker, Mr. Terry Ferdinand. We are honored to have Mr. Terry Ferdinand with us. Okay, now, certainly, we are delighted, or I'm absolutely delighted to introduce our distinguished guest speaker for today's webinar, and that is Mr. Terry Ferdinand. Terry brings a wealth of expertise and a multifaceted background that spans across insurance, social enterprise, and digital marketing. Currently, Terry is a sales manager at Custodian Investment Plc. Okay? He's not just that, this is where he excels in guiding clients through the complexities of insurance and financial planning. And his roles involve not only leading a team, of dedicated sales professionals, but also working closely with individuals and businesses to do what? Craft customized insurance solutions that does what? Safeguard their financial futures. In addition to his role at Custodian Investment Plc, Terry served as a team lead for the Social Enterprise Program at Junior Chambers International, JCI ECO. And in this capacity, he spearheads initiatives that empower young entrepreneurs and also foster capacity. Okay? Not just that, it fosters sustainable business practices within the community. And his leadership in social enterprise demonstrates his commitment, to driving positive change and supporting economic development. Now, interestingly, Terry is also an affiliate marketing coach at Expadnear, where he shares his extensive knowledge in digital marketing, affiliate strategy, and his coaching has actually helped aspiring marketers and entrepreneurs to leverage online platforms, to create profitable ventures, showcasing how versatile he is and his expertise. Now, before his current engagement, Terry gained valuable experience at FBN Insurance Limited, which is Sanlam Insurance, where he honed his skills in the insurance sector and built a strong foundation in client relations and financial advisory. He holds a degree in business administration and management from the Great University of Lagos. His academic background has laid the groundwork for his successful career in business and financial services. Now, residing in Lagos, Terry embodies a commitment to excellence and a passion for empowering others. His diverse roles and responsibilities reflect a deep-seated drive to impact various sectors positively, from financial services to community development and digital marketing. So, with his broad experience and insightful perspective, Terry Ferdinand is uniquely positioned to do what? To offer valuable guidance on financial preparedness and the role of insurance. So, good people, whether discussing strategies to protect assets, is it navigating the insurance landscape, is it exploring opportunities in the digital economy, Terry's insights are invaluable for anyone looking to secure their financial future. So, good people, please join me in welcoming Mr. Terry Ferdinand as he shares his knowledge and expertise with us today. You're highly welcome, Mr. Terry. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Terry, please, you can proceed now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you enough for the very fantastic introduction. I'm very delighted to be here, and I'll be sharing a few nuggets which I believe would be very helpful to demystify some of the thoughts, the misconceptions, the fears, which I would see how valid those fears are regarding insurance. But before then, I'd like to just read a quote here from Dave Ramsey, who is a renowned expert in financial planning, personal finance. So, the quote goes off, being financially prepared means being ready for unexpected insurance. Sorry, let me say that again. Being financially prepared means being ready for the unexpected. Insurance is a critical part of that preparation. And in life, you have to prepare. Things happen all the time. Even when you have the best contingencies, you can't always prepare for the unforeseen. COVID is just a fantastic example. And that shows how much we can be vulnerable, even with the best of plans. So one thing you can always be assured is with insurance. With insurance, you'll be able to have a system to fall back on. So why does insurance matter, right? So we'll be looking at a few things. Life is unpredictable. right? So those are one of the those are one of the things to consider. That life is unpredictable, and because there are so many moving parts that you can't control. For example, you can't control how someone else would act that might impact on you as a person and also impact on you as a business. And those are some of the unpredictabilities of life. One of the reasons why does insurance matter? We all need financial protection. No matter how poor you think you are, no matter how middle class you are, no matter how wealthy you are, and no matter how ultra wealthy you are, you need financial protection at different stages of our financial journey. And we'll be unraveling all of this as we proceed with this call. One of the other things you also want to consider insurance, this I can't really overemphasize. Insurance brings a world of peace of mind to you. In a world as chaotic as we are in the 22nd century, you need peace of mind. After all the troubles you face, trying to take care of your needs, trying to take care of your loved ones, impacting the community, you want to come back home and know that when you're sleeping with peace of mind. All your hard work would be protected, and that's what insurance brings to bear. Also, you also want to know that insurance can also help you to safeguard your assets. I usually give this analogy all the time. Insurance is the last goalkeeper in the football team. Insurance is the goalkeeper that will ensure while your strikers are scoring goals, while you have your partners helping you to score and smash your life goals, insurance will make sure that those goals you are scoring on the opposite side of the field do not come into your own half of the field. And I'm sure a lot of football enthusiasts can really relate to this. So you need insurance to be your goalkeeper and make sure that your assets are protected, your loved ones are protected, whether you are there or not, you'll be protected regardless. And also very, very, very important, we all have financial goals in life. How do you even achieve your financial goals, right? So, and in order to maximize your life goals, we need finance. And then insurance is also a tool for creating wealth. A lot of people think insurance is all about when somebody dies, you need insurance and all of that. So that's a misconception, right? So with insurance, you can support your financial plan and help you graduate from one financial level to the other. So we'll discuss all of that in the next slide. One of the other things you also want to consider insurance is sorry, can we just go back to the years? Thank you. You know, so one of the other things you also want to consider is that insurance provides you with the legal requirements, right? There are certain businesses you can't even perform in Nigeria or anywhere in the world if you don't have life insurance, if you don't have property insurance, you don't have the fire and burglary insurance. And there are so many. For example, in Nigeria, you can't legally drive a car without having one form of motor insurance. In the marine sector, you can't operate a vessel without having a marine and cargo insurance. And you can go on and on and on. And there are certain reasons for that. I also want to chip in here that insurance is also tied to how much tax you can get as relief on your payee salary. So if you work in an organization where you look at your salary pay slip and you get angry every month, insurance can help you put a smile on your face and help you cash back on that. And also the retirement space as well. Insurance is also a great tool towards retirement planning and ensuring that when you retire, you can sleep well. So those are one of the things you want to look at. Some of the legal requirements in Nigeria, there are set laws, and I'm sure in every country around the world, there are set laws for that. Insurance also is very, very good risk management tool. So I'll just give a very short story here. So I remember speaking to a content creator, an influencer on Facebook in the year 2020. So I said to him, DMD privately, I said, you need to have XYZ kind of insurance. And what did he do? Within 2 hours, he came up with a product to serve as an insurance for his kids, whereby they would have cash flow for life, whether he is there or not. That's not the concept of insurance. The concept of insurance is you transferring all the risks that you do not have the financial um, capacity to bear. And then an insurance company will take that risk and ensure when something happens to your business, when something happens to you, you will be indemnified from that loss. you'll be returned to the state of where you were before the loss actually occurred. And that's why it's a cool way to manage your risk, either as a business or as an individual. And one of the why does insurance also matter? One of the reasons why insurance also matters is it helps to facilitate. They help you to
Wow.
facilitate.
Okay. While waiting, while waiting for Mr. Terry, let's hold on for Mr. Terry. We'll be back. Okay, good people. We are waiting for Mr. Terry. He will be with us shortly. And we have already been empowered massively why insurance matters. Why insurance matters. Let's be patient while our speaker joins us back. He talked about life is unpredictable. Insurance provides financial protection. It brings about peace of mind. It safeguards our families and assets. And it also supports our financial goals. Please be patient while our speaker joins us back shortly. Please, let's be patient. Our speaker will be with us shortly. Please, let's hold on. Our speaker will be with us in a short while. Please, our speaker will be with us shortly.
Apologies for the break in transmission.
All right, it's good to have you back. We are super
My apologies.
excited to have you back. You're highly welcome. You're highly welcome back,
Yeah,
Mr. Terry. Everyone
yes,
here missed your presence. Thank you
thank
and
you.
welcome back. All
Yeah.
right.
So, where was I? I was speaking about safeguarding. Okay, no, I think there's another slide before then. Absolutely. Yes, this is where we are. So, one other thing I also did not mention is the fact that one of the ways to
Mm,
transfer wealth from one generation to another generation is using insurance. And um, a lot of people will say, "Oh, okay, Terry is an insurance practitioner. He would be biased." When you look at the
no.
framework of all yeah,
Mm,
I'm just saying. But when you look at the framework of financial sectors, one of the best
mm,
ways where you can easily hand over your wealth from one generation
mm,
to the new generation or the next generation is using insurance, and that is the best way to harmonize all of your fixed and liquid assets into one
mm,
special purpose vehicle to transfer wealth, whether it's your pension, whether it's your money in the money market, money in the bank. One of the best ways to create your own bank is using insurance
mm,
to do so. All of that we'll talk
mm,
about as we proceed. And like I also mentioned, insurance is one of the ways you can also facilitate access to certain services. A lot of people wouldn't know, especially in this part of the world, that your insurance policy document, your life insurance policy document, can serve as a document that will facilitate your immigration or travel from Nigeria to any other country of the world where your financial details would be very vital to show as the immigration officers. So those are one of the there are certain contracts you can even take if you don't have an insurance. Uh, Beyond that, there are multiple services you cannot take. For example, one of the services you want to take up are essential services, right? A lot of people have health needs. So how do you tie your health to your insurance? And that's where you need to harmonize your health needs with a HMO plan. That before even speaking further on this, there's also a misconception when it comes to health insurance. You have to, it's only for people who are in paid employment. That's far from the truth. So whether you are a business person, you are the sole custodian of your health. Nobody can do a better job at protecting your health. And we could talk all about that moving forward. Now, one of the access to services you enjoy is many insurance companies will invest a lot of the money that you keep with them in form of premium. So the money these insurance companies are called premium are reinvested into the economy, and then you enjoy a lot of services in form of road, transport, health, security, on and on. Essentially, banking services as well. Many of the banks you have your money stacked with are protected by one form of insurance or the other, and those are kind of the services you enjoy either at a corporate level or at an individual level, especially for corporate people when taking credit. Why don't you take an insurance for insurance? Something goes wrong with your business, your bank is not running after it to confiscate your assets, and that's along the line of credit risk. And one other service you could take link your insurance with is also with your mortgages. So if you are right now considering taking a mortgage, you need to have what you call a mortgage protection plan. We will talk all about that
wow.
as we proceed. Yeah, beautiful. I love this point. I love this point. So a lot of people who have vehicles and take vehicle insurance. So I have a car, I have a fire insurance. That means anything that happens to me on the road, I should. I do not need to bother myself. One of the key reasons why a lot of insurance companies are always watching you when you take an insurance policy could in fact reject your proposal to take up a motor insurance or a certain type of life insurance if you are having a dangerous lifestyle that can impact on your health negatively, and then meaning that you have a shorter lifespan. Many insurance companies would, when you go to the medical checklist, would reject your proposal.
Mm,
If you have a history of taking motor insurance and in 1 year you've made up to 4 claims, or in the space of 5 years you made up to 6 or 7 claims, you become a high risk person. One of the
yeah.
other things people do not even come to reckon with. Why do government give salary earners tax rebates on like certain type of life insurance? I have to emphasize certain, not all life insurance, certain type of life insurance. Is because the government at
Yeah.
the back of their mind is that you are socially responsible. And because you're socially responsible, you are taking it upon yourself to take a life insurance to protect not only you, but your loved ones and those people who depend on you. Should something happen to you, they would not become a financial body to society, would have less crime, would have less medical bill, and on and on. And all the medical vices, all the vices or social vices and economic problems that would be associated with the loss of a breadwinner. So that would actually fine tune how you behave. Another thing people do not know, the best mechanism for family planning is in life insurance policy. So
Wow.
let's do an analogy. You
Fantastic.
make 2 million naira, or let's just say 5 million naira per annum, meaning your salary is around 350 to 400,000 monthly. And if you know you're going to keep aside 50,000 to 100,000 aside for your kids' future education, that would inform you how many kids you're going to have. You will not want to stack up more kids and
Wow.
give birth to more kids that your insurance can provide a cover for their education. So those are the type of behavioral
Yeah.
modifications that insurance can imbibe into us. So you are more forward thinking than just taking your life just by the cuff as it comes. So those are some of the behavioral modifications we look at. One of the other things we also want to look at is we also said yes, support your financial goals. We've emphasized that and all of the other earlier points really talk about how this will support you to achieve your goal as you move from one stage in life to the other. Let's just quickly move forward. Yes, I love this one too. So I like this image here, and it's a summary of everything we just highlighted earlier. Your business, your family, your life, your home, your money. When you travel, you need travel insurance and always go with the right carrier. So there's this quote here also. You do not buy insurance because you're going to die, but because those you love are going to live. So a lot of people, once
Sure.
again, the
Fantastic.
misconception, I don't want to die. Trust me, if you want to live long, you want to live in prosperity and good health, you cannot overemphasize the place of insurance. So those are key factors that would enable you to make right choices. So we move on quickly. We move on very quickly.
All right. Okay, Mr. Terry,
Yes,
I
I
think
love.
based on that
Yes,
quote, before we go there, based on
yeah,
this quote, told me that
yeah,
most times, if you buy, let's say, health insurance, that you hardly fall
yes,
sick.
please.
Is there any psychological relationship between buying, for instance, a health insurance and not even falling sick as often as, because it looks as if one doesn't have an insurance, especially a health, there's something that tends to keep the person having to need health facilities. Is there any link, or is it just a psychological belief?
Okay, so I'm just going to relate a life example. So today
Okay.
I had a conversation with a business owner today, and he told me his wife, so his father had a medical condition, and he spent 290,000 15. I was so precise with how much he spent for medical expenses, and I said okay, and then he started to mention how much he spent on medicine and what have you, and the emotional trauma he will have to go through, unbelievable, right? So I told him, you need a life insurance to cover all of these kind of emergencies. His first response was, Terry, I've never
Wow.
been sick in my life. I do not need insurance. And it's because my father did not take my advice. So the answer to the question is quite tricky because certain people have certain misconceptions. But this is the other thing. If you have a HMO plan and you are actually visiting the hospital, you are getting proper and correct medical guidance, consultation that would help you improve your lifestyle. It is probable that you might not fall sick or you might not have, you might not fall into the bracket of people who contract certain type of illnesses. So that can help. For example, we know in Africa, if you're a black man, the tendency for you to have prostate is very high, right? So if
Yeah.
you have correct information that is you are getting as a result of the HMO service you already subscribed to, that could help you prevent and mitigate future occurrences. In fact, if you could even spot some of these things, illnesses before they become problems. So I had a colleague some time ago when I was at my previous employer. The sister had cancer, but they detected so early that they were able to nip it in the bud, and the woman is so well right now.
Wow.
And those are the kind of preventive steps. Just like insurance, if you take care of your needs, you do regular checks at least two, three, 4 times in a year, you will be able to spot problems before they become crisis.
Wow.
Before you have a small tumor becoming a big cancer, you'd have known about it. You'd have taken the right behavioral steps. And guess what? It will help you live long. Just as a final response to this, I used to be, I remember in the year 2004 up to 2007, 8, I used to be in the reproductive health and child rights advocacy uh, frontlining for HIV/AIDS and AIDS campaign in Nigeria when it was at the peak of at the moment. And I remember I've seen a lot of people who are HIV positive, and in 2020,
Wow.
2005, precisely, that was in November 20, I saw someone who was the president of people living positively with HIV in Nigeria. And
Yeah.
that was his
Wow.
20th year of being HIV positive. He has never taken anything other than flagyl and paracetamol. Precisely my point.
Wow.
He had information. He had his information. He
Wow.
had guidance. He knew the right thing to do, the right behavior to take, and how to act responsibly, not to endanger other persons. So I hope that kind of shed and broadened the conversation about um, why you should actually go to the hospital, your get your health checked up properly, rather than sit back and say, okay, in our family we never go sick. Everybody goes sick one time or the other. In fact,
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I just want to add finally, COVID taught us something, right? You do not need to be sick in order for you to get to the hospital bed.
Okay. Fantastic.
So, and
Fantastic.
there are so many things that pop up on us. We just find ourselves on the hospital bed. Okay, so
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
you're most welcome. You're
All
most
right.
welcome.
Thank
So, I think we could go to the next point we're going to be discussing, and I'll try and make this very,
you.
very easy. So, what is insurance? And I'm going to use a simple analogy, right? So, imagine you
Okay.
are going on a journey. Since I live in Lagos, let me use Lagos, and I just came back from Akwa Ibom to you. But let me just imagine I'm going from Lagos to Akwa Ibom, and I
Mm.
have a 50-liter tank in my car, and then
Mm.
I do not have any extra can of water just in case my car overheats. I
Yeah.
do not have a spare tire. I do not have a wheel spanner. How do you think that journey is going to be? So if you have an extra of all of those things, that is what insurance is.
Mm. Wow.
So what is insurance? Insurance is a contract between you, I like to use agreement between you and an insurance company. So you pay a premium. The premium is that token of amount that you agree and say, okay, this is the amount I want to contribute, either monthly or quarterly or however you are doing. And in return, the insurer, that's the insurance company, promises to pay specific losses or damages that may occur in the future. So what does this mean? That means I am saying that I am going to indemnify you. Should something happen to your phone, for instance, or let me use a car, like yesterday on 3rd Million, a car caught fire in traffic. Thankfully, nobody was lost. If that car was insured, if that car is properly insured, let's say I've always advised, no matter how low the cost of the vehicle, always be comprehensive over third party. But if you can't afford a comprehensive cover, take a third party by all means, but it has its limitations. So if the car has a comprehensive cover, then you would have had an insurance that will indemnify and pay a claim to you. And they are thankfully you have the next how insurance works. So you pay your premium. There's a concept in insurance called no premium, no cover. If you don't give me your premium, I would not protect you. So many people say, oh, insurance doesn't work. Because at the time you stop paying your money, and then when a problem now arises, you want insurance company to take up your claim, it doesn't work anywhere in the world. So once something happens to your business, your assets, someone you love, if you have paid your premium as a 20 and regularly, then they enjoy the cover. So that's how it works. And then insurance is a pool of funds, right? Where people with the same type of risk are pulled together such that when something happens to that pool, so let's say, for example, for lack of better example, let's say all of us who are on this call are insured under a green color bottle, and somebody else is insured on a red color bottle. If something happens to people on the red color bottle, the fund from the green color people would not be used to subsidize or pay the claim or identify the people on the red side. So it's always going to be from the same red bottle, and likewise for the green bottle. So I hope that answers some of the questions on our mind.
Yeah. Okay.
So we could go to the next slide and.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So this is fine. So a lot of us ask, what are all those big English we like here, or big grammar, lingo, insurance lingo. So like I explained, what is premium? Premium is simply the amount of money you pay monthly, quarterly, or once a year, or annually to your insurance company and say, okay, this money is what I'm paying to you to protect me or indemnify me from XYZ losses. And usually the premium you are paying is always in a smaller proportion compared to what you want to do. So I use, for example, I had someone who just took a policy where he pays 100,000 every month for his life insurance policy, and then he's going to get a minimum of 10 million naira protection cover within a stipulated number of years. So should anything happen to that person during that policy, that person gets it. His family will get a 10 million naira protection. But should the person outlive the policy, live and be able to make a claim, then the person will get the value of the cash value of that policy. So the same applies for motor insurance. If you pay for motor insurance, if something happens to your vehicle, you get, if, for example, you pay 100,000 for, let me use a very good example for fire and burglary insurance. So let's say you have a property of 50 million naira, and then you pay, let's say 100,000, or let's use 100,000 naira. That 100,000 is going to protect you in case something happens to your business. Or let's say you pay 250,000 naira. 250,000 is still not equitable to 5 million naira. But that is what you are paid as your premium. Now, your deductibles, talking about deductibles. So, talking about your deductibles most times to come in form of charges when you liquidate your policy before the termination, which is actually perfect. A perfect example when something happens and you want to terminate your policy. A lot of people don't talk about this, and this is always a source of conflict between life insurance companies and, yes, the policy holders. Policy holder is like an account holder, but we use policy holder for the client. And then you're wondering why does this company have to deduct XYZ? Because certain risks have been taken on that person's behalf, and then you have deductibles. Another place where you see deductibles will come in the form of motor insurance and certain classes of insurance. So there's something called excess buyback when you're doing comprehensive auto insurance. It is a way of buying back a portion of the risk you're going to face in the future. So So those are some of the deductibles you need to talk about. I can't go into all of that right now. So what's the policy? A policy is any kind of plan, either life or non-life insurance that you are taking for a particular purpose. So spoken about your claim. Your claim is the amount of money you're getting back, either at the maturity termination or the passing on or a death claim, where at any of these instances, a death claim, someone, the policyholder dies, the beneficiaries will make a claim. When your policy matures, maturity means the end of your policy, you get the cash value. That's also a claim. When your assets are damaged, you make a claim from your insurance company. When you sue, for example, your doctor for negligence, if the doctor has a professional indemnity plan, the insurance company will pay a claim to the doctor to offset the legal fees or class action or compensation the court may award to the client of that professional. So what is coverage? The coverage is the extent to which the insurance company has agreed to protect you. And yes, we have another fantastic quote. I love this one as well. This one says, insurance is the safety net that catches you when life unexpected events try to knock you down. So this is a very good example. So imagine you're walking on the road and then suddenly someone just on the busy road, someone bumps into you and you're about to fall. And out of nowhere, you're about to hit the third road and probably there's water is going to splash and stain your clothes. You will not be able to get to your destination. Out of nowhere, someone holds you by the hand and prevents you from falling. That is what insurance does for you. For those of us that are Christians, remember when Peter tried to walk on water and Jesus said he should walk, and his faith failed him. His faith actually failed him at a point, and then he was grabbed by the hand by Jesus. That is also an example. It is always someone standing beside you, holding you at every instant, making sure that your wife will not sink. Let us leave the street palace. All right.
Wow.
So awesome. So we quickly go. What are the types of insurance? So people have an idea. They think insurance is just we die and we bury you, or it is motor insurance, and that's all people think about. So what we have here is quite excellent. So we'll look at the health insurance. I spoke about it a little. We've spoken about life insurance. We've spoken about auto insurance as well. We've spoken about homeowners insurance. I'll just talk about this a bit. So I made mention about fire and burglar insurance. So let's say you rent an office. You rent an apartment where you live in. You lease an apartment. You pay somebody a fee to occupy a space. Now, in that case, you might say, okay, the owner of the house has insured the property. And I give a very good example. Mandilas. The Mandilas building on Lagos Island, Broad Street, caught fire on the 21st of January. Subsequently, immediately after that, we had several fires all over the island. What does that mean? If the owner of the house insures his property, then you, the tenant, fail to insure your property. That means if there's a fire outbreak, the owner of the house will gain compensation and you would be left to go and pick the pieces that are left of you. Many people never recover from that. So if you live in a rented apartment, whether it's your home, your office, or whatever purpose you occupy for, please reach out and you get the proper advice how to protect your home or your rented space. For business insurance, there are several types of business insurance that you can take. There's money insurance, there's fidelity insurance, there's just so much we cannot cover in this space. There's group life and accident and so much more. So we can have a conversation how to protect and bulletproof your business from certain type of risk. And I can tell you, every major business in Nigeria that you know that has a brand that you recognize, has a logo that you recognize, have more than 5 types of insurance protecting their businesses. And yes, this is also very important. Last but not least, disability insurance. Before I just touch on this, I'd like to say something. Many of us think insurance is expensive until life happens to you. You know that insurance is cheap. Do not wait for life to happen to you before you know that insurance is a necessity. So there's please let me just touch on that little one again. The last one.
Take
Yes, the
some.
disability insurance. Please ensure you have a disability insurance no matter what happens. Contact your insurance advisor or financial advisor to advise you on what you need. Take it for yourself and take it for someone. It should be the best gift. Rather than give somebody money, give them an insurance plan as a gift. So please let's just move on to the next one. Um, so I saw mortgage insurance. Yes. Are you traveling out of Nigeria? Are you traveling to a tier one country? So we have Japa syndrome. If you plan to Japa, you need travel insurance. Do not wait until it gets to the time and you have to be informed. You need to reach out, and travel insurance is cheap. It means when you travel, if you have a medical emergency, you get treated in that country to a certain limit. If someone dies while they have traveled, their body can be repatriated back to Nigeria. You have your baggage lost in transit. You would also get you also get a cover for that. All of that is a compact. Travel insurance is so wide. It takes care of every facet of your worry while you travel. Right. So pet insurance. I know many insurance Nigerians say, oh, why do we need to insure our pets? But depending on where you come from, anywhere in the world, even in Nigeria, if you have a pet that is your companion, that is very integral to your lifestyle, your peace of mind, your companionship, then it is not out of place to have an insurance for that. Um,
Wow.
so we have the long-term care insurance. This is quite broad. Long-term care insurance could start from anything related from whole life insurance policies to term insurance. There are several plans that are packed into that. It will also mean your retirement. It will also mean your tax. It will mean your children education. It will even mean you as a person meeting your long-term goals. So those are some of the policies that you can find under that specific aspect. So we have identity theft insurance. So for those of us who are working in multinational tech firms, we work for global organizations, you know identity theft is synonymous with cyber stalking, cyber crime, and all of that. So depending on the region you are operating, if you look out for the insurance company that would provide you a policy that will cover identity theft. If someone should steal your identity and commit fraud, and then you are picked up for a crime you did not commit, how do you pay back those losses? And this is very important if you are an IT professional managing
Wow.
critical infrastructure for your organization. If you are a key man in your organization, a director, you give authorization to certain um, assets at your place of work. You need this. If you can't get this in Nigeria, the closest to this will be professional indemnity. Please do
Wow.
get this. I love this
Wow.
one for flood insurance. Flood insurance is also synonymous to the home insurance policy. There are certain type of home and house insurance policies that allow you to get flood cover, but then you will need to consult the insurance company to find out if it is something that is covered under their policies that they manage. I also love this last one, very, very important. So if you have any real estate advisor on this call, any lawyer on this call, any banker on this call, if you are even considering taking a mortgage, it is extremely vital that you need to listen to this. Mortgages can be a good thing and it could be a double-edged sword. What does this
Wow.
mean? I remember when I started my insurance practice, I learned of a senior executive, can't mention the name of the organization, who got his office and he slumped on his desk.
Oh
Apparently,
no.
this one has taken a 170 million mortgage policy
Oh.
from a mortgage. If not for his insurance and mortgage protection, the family could have been thrown out of that apartment.
Hmm.
So it is very important. Mortgage plan will ensure if you are sick, you are critically ill, you die, and then you want an extra rider for loss of job or income, and all of this prevents you from paying your mortgages. You will be able to protect your family from being thrown out and lose your dream home.
Wow.
Period.
Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. In fact, I look forward to doing practically all of them. Thank you so much for this
Awesome,
enlightenment.
awesome,
I'm
awesome.
immensely empowered. Immensely.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure. Okay, I think we've dealt with this slide in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this the last slide? Is this the last slide?
No, no.
No, I think we've dealt with all of it here.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw something on the last slide. Let me just click on something I
Yeah.
saw recently on the last slide, please. Just the one before this one. Yes, there's something here enabling business. Yes, that's it. The one before this. Enabling business operations. Yes, if you're a business person, I can't overemphasize. No matter how small your business is, in order to protect your operations, if you are in logistics, you are a business that ensures your goods are moving from one point to the other. Have goods in transit insurance. This will ensure that your operations move smoothly and you have peace of mind. If and we have huge insecurities on the road without trying to go deeper into that. This will enable taking an insurance for your goods in transit would help. Again, you know, there are certain places where someone comes to your office and sleeps on the ground. You can be sued for that. There are insurance for all of these things. So it's it's very extremely vital you need to protect your business operations. So we'll move forward.
All
Right,
right.
choosing the right insurance. Choosing the right insurance is um so one of the questions I only objections I usually receive. I don't need insurance, I am rich. I don't need insurance. I work in a multinational organization. Should I die today, my company is going to take care of. Please stop self-sabotaging statements like that. They limit the scope of your family. So insurance is I usually when I talk about life insurance, I tell them it's love insurance. So when you really look at insurance, it's not for people who are selfish. You cannot be selfish and take insurance. You have to be selfless because taking insurance is beyond you because people depend on you. If you are a business owner, your clients depend on you to stay afloat. There have been banks that have been robbed in this country. If not for insurance, those banks would have gone under. A particular bank, like you know, was is a legacy bank in Nigeria that was robbed at a point. They lost just $1 billion in a particular robbery. I'm sure if you check the news, you will know the name of the bank, right? So insurance is very, very important. How do you choose the right insurance plan? You need to look at this stage in your journey as an individual and as a business person. If you are a single person, what do you need to be able to ensure that in the next 20 years you will be protected? I
Wow.
know a lot of people have the conversation about inflation. Inflation is important, but I'd like to tell you something. What makes insurance outstanding from every form of investment is it is steady, the risk is next to zero because you can predict insurance with your insurance policy and you can predict your future. If all your investment go south or they go bust, you can
Wow.
still fall back on it. So as a single person, you're not married, okay, I want to get married in the next 1 year. I need to have an insurance plan to take care of that.
Wow.
I'm just starting a business with 5 million now. What do I need? So you look at the type of business you're doing, the scope of what your operations cover, and then you take that step. Now you go to as your business increases, your scope of insurance will also expand. One other thing you also want to also look at, if you are a parent, what kind of insurance do you need? If you are heading towards retirement, what kind of insurance do you need? So there's the concept of the 28,000 rule. The 28,000 rule means that on average, the average of us will not live beyond the age of 76. And as you're moving from one age to the other, you need to have a conversation with your insurance advisor. So many of the times, I am in engagement with business owners. Oh, we have insurance. But guess what? When you had insurance, your business was operating at let's say 10 million naira, and then your business now moved from 10 million to 50 million now, or even let's just say 12 million now. Let's go with something conservative. You need to protect the extra 2 million now. You are a single person, you got married. Now you got married, you had a child, and then your income level increased maybe after having that child. Your insurance needs have changed. If you now get fortunate to have twins, like I am, then your insurance needs will change because all of come again, you're trying to say something.
No, I'm following.
All right, great. So your needs will change. So as your family grows bigger and as your children start to grow into from children to teenagers, adolescents, then you need to start reappraising at every stage of your life. So you can't just have an insurance and say, oh, I have an insurance. It is not a very smart personal finance plan to execute. Then also you need to understand different type of insurance policies. So like I said, as you are moving from one stage to the other, it's extremely important to have different policies that take care of different things. And that's why the last conversation about the different types of insurance is very vital. I would like to encourage you, you need to have an insurance budget. As you're budgeting for all your loved ones and everything you do, have a budget every month. This is insurance budget. Because when something happens, it is very difficult to find people who would rally around you financially. You see a lot of people who rally around you emotionally and morally. They are not rallying around you financially does not mean they are wicked, but it means because they are financially constrained, they can't support you. So a very good point to mention. If you have a particular crisis, no matter your income level, how many people can quickly raise up funds to solve that problem for you? If you are lucky to be among those few people who can get people to fundraise them overnight, you're just a lucky person. But then, how many times do you
Sure.
want to keep fundraising? So you need to take charge of your life. Do not leave your life to chance. So you need to start making certain decisions that are guaranteed and predictable. So that's about budgeting. Then this is also very, very important. You need to also check your insurance company's reputation and reliability. So, and there are so many ways to get all of this. You can look at the financial statements of insurance companies. So when I was transitioning from my previous company to my current employer, which is Custodian Life Assurance, one of the things I did to make sure I would have Custodian Life Assurance as part of my contribution was I had to go through every social media platform of the company. What are the clients saying? It took me about 2 or 3 months to make that decision. And then I said, okay, I'm comfortable with what I see, the number of complaints I see. And then I would like to say this, it's not limited to the company I work. You see several companies that are reliable. And then if you go check the financial statements of that company 1 year, 2 years, 3 years back to line, you have an idea the direction the company is going. Then you see in terms of regulatory compliance, what does the company do? How compliant are they? And how would you know if you have a company where you have people complaining so much, no matter how popular the company is, and that is to tell you something is not sitting right at that company. So you
Yeah.
need to do a pantry check. The other thing is one of the things you want to also make sure is the financial advisor representing the insurance company. Who is this person? What's the ethical practice and professionalism level of that person? Those are things you consider. And you will see from the body language, the mannerism of that particular person who is representing your insurance company. One sort of conflict between insurance company and client will always be the person who is in the middle. The person in the middle is the bridge between you and the company, the financial advisor. Make sure that you check list, and that's why when I always speak to my clients, I tell them, please first check what I'm saying. Any person who wants to isolate you from the company and ensure that they remain the only source of information, then you need to check that person again. So those are some of the things you can do. You can check the person's profile on LinkedIn, social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram. To have a sense, it's just a temperature check to check the barometer of who this person is. So you will know early on whether to entrust that person as your financial advisor or not. And I always encourage all my clients to do so. So that's that about choosing the right insurance company. What else do we have on the menu today? I hope I've not bored us.
Oh my goodness. We have been super impacted, super empowered. In fact, I had a question. Something came to mind. Is it possible for
Yes, yes,
someone to, knowing that they'll have some good amount to claim, that someone
yes,
can do a maybe a housing, no, okay, let's say a car insurance with
this,
an insurance company A, and also do car
yes.
insurance with insurance company B and even C.
Okay,
Is that right?
okay, beautiful question.
What do you advise on
Okay, so
that?
that's a beautiful question. Beautiful question. Very brilliant question. So this is the thing. There are two types of insurance anywhere in the world. So you have one is non-life insurance, otherwise known as general insurance. So I repeat again.
Hmm.
So one you have the non-life insurance, otherwise known as general insurance. The other one is
Okay.
known as life insurance.
Okay.
When it comes to life insurance, I cannot place a value on a person's
Hmm.
life. That's why I see certain
Sure.
celebrities, they insure their eye, they insure their leg. It does not mean they don't have other forms of life insurance. Because a human being cannot be, you cannot quote a figure and say, this is what this person is worth as a person, right?
Hmm.
But when it comes
Yeah.
to something that cannot breathe, cannot speak or represent itself, which is on the
Hmm.
non-life or general insurance,
Yeah.
there are laws preventing you from having multiple non-life insurance. You cannot have one. You cannot do an auto insurance policy with multiple insurance companies. It is actually a fraudulent act, and the person can be prosecuted.
Wow. Fantastic. Okay. Another question is for life insurance. Okay. Is it for
Yes.
people from a particular age? Maybe we'll say, okay, people from age 50. Or are you saying that baby girls like me who still have a long way to go can do life insurance?
Okay, so the adult age in Nigeria is 18, but we get it. Baby girl like you, so we get it. So the adult age in Nigeria is 18. But there are certain, you need to also check in with your insurance company too. You also need to check with your
Okay.
company. The minimum age
Wow.
of entry, there's an entry age for certain type of policies. Certain type of policies allow you to come in
Hmm.
at the age of 18. Certain will say, okay, I want you to come in at the age of 20. So you need to check,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
So that is very vital. However, now talking about the new baby, so if you have an infant child who is yet to turn
Okay.
18, all right? So
Okay.
now what you
Yeah.
could do is have your child as a beneficiary of your policy
Okay.
because the child is a minor. Yeah. So that's
Hmm.
for the new baby. That's for the baby.
Thank you. I think you've given us a lot of real life examples. I don't know whether we can
Yeah,
proceed.
example. Yes, I think we've
Yeah.
talked a lot on these examples. The pictures they even
Okay.
speak for themselves.
Sure.
Just talking about also examples. A lot of people do have like you're doing a home maintenance in your house and you fall. There
Hmm.
are insurance policies to take care of that, medical expenses,
Wow.
and also to ensure that you're not paying out of your pocket. So let's say
Hmm.
you are trying to paint your house, or you're climbing a ladder, or you wanted to do something on the expense of your. There are insurance policies to take care of that specific one. So do not limit yourself. Always reach out to your insurance company or the financial advisor engaging with you to find out what kind of policies can help you, like I said, different stages of life. But we've exhausted a lot of examples. Yes, this is also a fantastic quote. The
Yeah.
biggest insurance mistake is thinking you don't need it until it is too late. Be proactive,
Hmm.
not reactive.
Wow.
So I've seen people who said they don't need insurance. But the moment something
Hmm.
happens, they are going to call the insurance advisor or call the insurance company. So I have XYZ crisis. What can you people do for me? Can I pay money so that you can compensate me for the crisis? Then meanwhile, at the initial point, you say you did not need it, and now you have a crisis and you are looking for compensation. So you see this umbrella in this image is a typical example of what insurance means, right?
Mm.
It's rained in a number of states, local governments, or places in Nigeria today. A
Yeah.
lot of people went out without having an umbrella. If God
Mm.
helps you, you were in an open space where you have to run from one distance to the other, the rain will definitely drench you.
Mm.
What if you had a raincoat or an umbrella, or you had somewhere to hide? You are sure if the rain starts, you would have a cover. So just like you have in this, insurance provides you an umbrella when you don't need it.
Wow,
If you go and look for an
fantastic.
umbrella when it is raining, if you are looking for an umbrella when it is raining, trust me, nobody's
Mm.
going to sell umbrella to you in the rain except you're in the market.
Sure. And they'll
Yeah, exactly.
multiply the price.
Exactly. The price is going to jump up.
Yeah.
All right, so customizing your insurance plan, I think I've touched on this.
Yeah.
Like I said, you need to understand your risk at every point of your life. You need to know where you are as a person, where your finances are. And sometimes you do not have all the answers. It's always okay
Mm.
to say, I don't know. Invite an
Wow.
insurance advisor in and say, okay, and be transparent. There's something called utmost good faith insurance, where you are transparent to
Okay.
the company, you are transparent to the insurance advisor and say, okay, this and this and this are my needs. Okay, I make
Mm.
1 million naira salary, I get a net salary of 1 million naira. I can't save any money. Be open to showing the person your bank statement. This person will be able to identify areas where you have been making a lot of maybe money mistakes and then help you to rectify it. Create a budget that will fit that need. Also,
Mm.
there are some risks you are not even aware that you are exposed to.
Wow.
So let's say you build a house in a flood prone area and you have not been informed that one day this flood can take off your house. So those are things you need to also, and also you need to regularly review and update your policies. All right. So you can ask for additional coverage, you can ask for coverage, you can always ask your look at the nuances of what this plan you're about to take would give you. If you look at the nuances, you can compare, contrast, and make very informed decisions. And you cannot do all of this by yourself. You need to do that with your insurance advisor who will walk you from one stage to the other. And I can tell you, an insurance advisor could bring you word of helpers to help you make an informed decision because there's
Wow.
always room for peer review and consultation.
Mm. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so risk management is about making sure we can cope when things go wrong. Insurance is a vital part of this process. We all know Peter Drucker is a management student, social science or management person. This man has helped to forge the path to a lot of the management practices that we enjoy in the corporate world. And he just said it spot on. I can't even take it or I can't even take or subtract from anything he has made mention of. So this is very important. Um, if you want to cope with things going wrong in your life, have an insurance plan, have a backup plan, and we'll be happy to have that conversation with you.
Wow. Thank you.
Avoiding common, avoiding insurance pitfalls. So common mistakes. I love this first point. This happens a lot when people want to take life insurance. It's okay. Let's use it in our local region, Nigeria. Let's say I want to save for my child education. Somebody just say, I'm paying 1 billion every year for a single child to go to school, and then you have like 3 or 4 children. You're spending around 4 million. I'm just talking about middle class families, right? Many
Okay.
of times when you approach these people who have kids and they pay expensive school fees, mind you, there's inflation and there's tuition inflation. Almost every time session school fees would skyrocket. Guess what? They want to always take the lower value. Imagine you are paying 400,000 for a child in church,
Mm.
someone in Lekki. How much are you expecting to pay for
Yeah.
that same child? You already started paying half a million, about half a million for a child that is less than 1 year old to attend credit. How much do you envisage you will spend for the primary school, secondary school, and eventually the university of this child? Most of the time, people will want to pay the lower premium. Do not go cheap. Whether it is life insurance, non-life insurance,
Yeah.
whatever it is you are trying to protect, especially for your health needs, except you are financially constrained. If you have the finances, do not go cheap. It's not even insurance is not a business. One of the reasons people underinsure or overinsure, they see it as a business to manipulate the system, or then it is something to suit your ego. It's not something to suit your ego, because when things go bad, your ego would not even be anywhere close to you. So it's about protecting your dignity, it's about protecting your family legacy, it's also protecting your
Wow.
heritage. So it's a system like the Rockefeller family, JD Rockefeller family. They have a big trust fund that is tied with their insurance. So whenever a member of the family that is insured, so that money is transferred to the beneficiaries. That's how their family have been billionaires for close to 100 years.
Mm.
So it's because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, uh, I don't need it, so I can afford to send my children to school." Life always happens. You don't know when you even need it, so pay
Wow.
for it. Uh, the first concept of insurance started with rich people. The first form of insurance was done all the way from Babylon, and it was marine insurance, where merchants were protecting their goods, making sure that once their goods get lost at sea, they will get their money back. Those people in the early ancient times were never, how do I call it? They were wealthy people who want to make sure that no matter what happens to their products on the high sea, they will get their money back. So they were not poor people. So, and then do not say I am poor, I can't afford insurance. Please afford insurance. I've seen a pure seller, hawker, that can afford to send their children to a private university. Whereas somebody who is a bank manager does not even know how to use insurance to send their child to a private university. So you need to seek knowledge, seek information. One other source of conflict, I like the second part. Many people have conflict with insurance companies. Why? You take a policy and then you refuse to read the policy details. Even when you are encouraged, because I'm talking from first hand experience, even when you have encouraged persons to read the policy document, no, I'm too busy. And then they come back to you and then it becomes a source of conflict. But it's in the document, because everything you say verbally should be the same thing as in the document. So please, that's also very important. If you change your email addresses, if you want to change your beneficiaries, you can always update your policies. Do not make the mistake of having a beneficiary you do not want on your policy, or then leaving out details from your insurance policy. Always update it, whether it's general insurance, health insurance, life insurance. Always update your policies. Very, very vital to ensure that when something comes up, your identity is not mismatched with someone else and all of that. Also, one other thing you want to look at is where there are discounts or savings that allow you to save more or gain extra bonuses or reversionary bonuses on your policies. Please do take advantage of that, depending on what your carrier and the regulator in your country would permit to happen. So those are some of the pitfalls you are going to consider for insurance and then try and avoid. Or as like I would like to suggest, always consult with your financial advisor. Misrepresentation and non-disclosure, and there's also choosing based solely on price. Please always go for value. I say it all the time. When you throw money at problems, the problems only multiply. You cannot solve any problem by throwing money at it. So always go for value over price.
Wow.
And yes, delaying purchase of coverage. I'll tell you what. So I remember in 2022, I was ill at a point. I met someone at the hospital. We were bedmates in the hospital. we share the same room, so to speak. Um, Fast forward to 2023, we had conversations about the person taking a policy, and he was waiting till something big happens for it to that policy. And he said the economy had changed so dramatically for him in 2023 that he had no need of listened to me. I've seen people who have failed to take policies and something happened and they were not prepared for it. Sometimes when something happens does not mean something bad. There are also opportunities. For example,
Mm.
if you are taking a certain life insurance policy 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you could have cashed out the cash value to invest in that business, to purchase a mortgage, to take up something that would have transformed or be game changing in your finance or giving you leverage in other areas of your life. So it's very, very important. And it's also extremely important not to misrepresent um, any fact while you are filling your proposal form. Please feel free to be honest. If there will be areas where a review can happen, then allow that process to take its course. It's extremely vital for all of this to really go through. So you have a seamless experience with insurance career.
Okay, Mr. Terry, I have a question.
Yes,
In
please.
relation to misrepresentation and non-disclosure,
Yes,
there are, like the HMO plan gives room for
yeah,
people who are married, to put in themselves, which covers most time
yeah,
the person, the spouse, and at least 4 children. Now, how about
exactly.
someone who is single? How about someone who is single? Oh, goodness. Please, let's hold on. Let's hold on. I think there's some network breakdown. Please, let's hold on while our speaker comes back. Okay, you're
Yeah,
welcome back.
thank
Okay, my
you.
question. How about for someone now who is single but
Yeah.
decides to put in some siblings and all of that? Is that a factor of, can we say that's also a misrepresentation or non-disclosure too?
Okay, okay.
I don't know if I
So
should
let me even talk about.
take my,
Okay, so can I go on?
yes, please do.
Can you hear me? All right, perfect.
Yes,
So
please.
when it comes to having your siblings as beneficiaries, they have insurable interest. There's something called insurable interest, where people who are closest to you, that are looking after, that have your best interest at heart, um,
Okay.
can be used as beneficiaries. There are even certain type of policies that funeral. Let me just mention this. There's something called the funeral insurance plan that makes sure that if you have loved ones that die, you can have the funds to support their funeral expenses on their behalf. Somebody can take on
Wow.
behalf of his parents. You can take it
Okay.
on behalf of an uncle, an in-law. Now, the way the misrepresentation comes in
Wow.
is, for example, we are doing a health check, right? And then the question is about, do you have high
Okay.
blood pressure? And the person says, no, I don't have high blood pressure. You say, okay, what do you weigh? And you say, okay, I weigh 60, whereas you weigh 80. In fact, um, do you have, do you have your proposal been rejected by an insurance company in the past? And you said no. So on and on, or you even falsify your identity. These are some issues. In the non-life insurance, it is even terrible. I don't know if I should even say it here, so I do not give some people ideas, but I'll try and not spill all the beans. So you see people make up to it, and then come try to come and make claims. So
Mm.
and we've seen people. There's something called debt fraud, where people fake their debt with hard costs in the industry to prosecute one
Wow.
persons like that.
Yeah.
We've seen inheritance fraud,
Mhm.
where people come and want to claim, which my former company, I experienced one of that. I just speak about that. So the policy holder happened to be a man. He died. That was in January, um just after we had the lockdown, and then we had family members come over to wanted to forcefully intimidate members of my colleagues at the time to convert the beneficiaries' names to their names. So when you see all of that, you see someone
Wow.
who is 80 years. I remember this one is recent, last year. The one is 80, and then someone took a policy on behalf of the woman, and she died. And then the one whose age was reduced to 62. And then the woman had died for 3 months, and she was in the mortuary. And then somebody had filed the policy while she was in the mortuary, as if she was still alive. It took the children to come
Wow.
and shout out that they will not support this type of fraud. And we thank them for doing that.
Wow.
If not, we'd have had a case someone coming to say, oh, insurance companies are this and that and all of that. So those are so many things. I think in the US, there's a case of a man who went hiking with his wife. The wife fell down from the mountain top,
Mm.
and then the man got married to another woman. The woman died at the same spot. So the third woman had a similar experience.
Oh.
And then before then, while police were investigating, they saw maps in the man's vehicle, and they started to draw conclusions that these accidents were no longer accidents, they were premeditated. All of these three women had something in common. They all had life insurance policy.
Wow.
Guess who was the beneficiary? Their same husband.
Mm. Oh,
So
I'm getting the
by the time
picture now.
by the time they investigated, so and I don't want to say all of that. So those are some of level
Wow.
of um, cases of misrepresentation, non-disclosures, and we start from the most little of things to more grand things like what we're talking about.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
Thank
and you have
you.
this beautiful quote here. The best time to get insurance is before you need it. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I think we touched on this already, so I don't want to sound like a broken record. But like I already said, you need insurance in every facet of your life.
All right. Before
Every
you
facet of
proceed, there's a question. All right. Before you proceed, there's a question from Fred Usman. He said, "Are there rooms for small business owners to save? More highlights, please. Good job."
Okay, thank you. So some of the products you want to take up as a business owner. But remember, as a small business owner, you don't have a pension plan. You can use insurance
Hmm.
to save up for your pension. As a small business
Wow.
owner, you are the risk bearer of your business. So there are several things you
Hmm.
can do, and I think I've talked about that. That we can have Usman can reach out to me. We can have a conversation and assess what your needs are, and then I will be able to advise. So regardless of the size of your business, in fact, if insurance will do anything for your business, is to ensure that your business is even bankable.
Wow.
So you need insurance to grow your business. It's going to ensure that when there are shocks, for example, cashless policy happened, we saw the riots that followed. We saw NSAS happen, we saw what happened, the conflicts that followed the NSAS. Guess what?
Wow.
Not all the businesses that were affected were not only big businesses, they were also small businesses. You know that. So when there are conflicts, things would happen. Remember last year there were strong windstorms that accompanied the rainfalls of last year, and then a lot of businesses were affected there. So there's so much you can do to protect your business. If you have a business that you have a lot of cash coming in and out, that's something you need to pay attention to. You have a money insurance, you have a fidelity cover to ensure when your guys steal money from you, you can get that money recovered. So those are things you want
Wow.
to look
Thank
at.
you.
That's more store you're running your business, you need to fire and burglar insurance. So that's
Yeah.
it.
And to add to that, after the session, Mr. Usman can also go over the lecture again because I know you have itemized
Exactly.
a lot of insurance plans that could
Um,
work for different people. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Please go ahead, sir.
Absolutely. All right. So this quote here is also an exciting word. Financial security is not about predicting the future. It is about preparing for the unexpected. Serious, all man. Brilliant. Financial security is not about predicting the future. It is about preparing for the
Mm,
unexpected. I love this a lot. And there's something happening in the tech space. AI, artificial intelligence, is blowing up in different facets of our life. We're even using AI to have this call right now. So a lot of people are predicting what AI can do, and then
mm,
it has become a cause of fear. And what the fear has done, fear can be so paralyzing and make you start living in a negative and reactive manner. But if you have your financial security now, coming back to insurance, well organized, you have organized your affairs, you will not only
yeah.
be able to predict the future with certainty, you will able to be
Mm,
able to position yourself in a position of advantage. So
wow.
when other people are in crisis, because you have a system, you have an infrastructure you have built your financial security on, you will be able to be secure. So we'll be taking questions now. So let's have your questions, and I'll try my little best to provide answers to your questions.
All right. You've answered Mr. Usman's question. So please,
Awesome,
everyone,
awesome.
with your questions, and even those joining us on the platform live, we love you to unmute and comment and ask questions. Chidi Ebube, Oluwagbemini, Evans, please at any point you're free to unmute and comment or ask question. But before then, let's see this
Yeah,
question. Someone said, how often should I review my insurance policies?
this is a brilliant question. So I would say at least twice a year. And
Okay.
twice in a year, you want to start in January of the year, or and probably look at sometime in the middle of the year, because you might even have changes happening in the middle of the year. You might have had opportunities that have impacted your finances positively or
Mm,
negatively. And also, just like I spoke about the advent of AI, you becoming a trend. So you might have had threats that you have been able to manage, and those threats have become transformations for you. So all of these you need to compartmentalize in a little bit, and then call your insurance provider and say, okay, how do I move forward from this point to this point, and have that review in January, especially as you're looking into a new year. In the middle of the year, you are trying to appraise, review, and consolidate your position and see how much momentum will take you towards the end of the year and even further into the next 60 months or 5 years to actualize your medium or long term goals.
wow, fantastic. This is another question. What should I do
Yeah.
if I experience a significant life event that affects my insurance needs? This is another question.
Okay. Awesome. So I touched on this earlier on. So a significant life experience or event to be in different ramifications. But without going into details, you need to look
Okay.
at how much if you were not protected at the time, you need to prevent
Mm,
such an occurrence from happening in the future. If you were protected, then you need to ask yourself, were you underinsured or were you overinsured?
okay.
So all of these are very, very important. And then if your needs, if your capacity has grown towards a considerable extent, then you want to reappraise and have that review and see how you want to scale up your protection. For every step of growth you take, then you need another step of protection for you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Now, someone
Also,
said, what should I do if I need to file an insurance claim?
okay, so I'm going to go by the rule of the thumb. The rule of the thumb is first one, notify your financial advisor that you want to make a claim or insurance company.
Oh,
Now you
okay.
file the document. For certain companies, if it's a life insurance policy, like at my
Mm,
own company, Custodian Life Insurance, it takes 3 days to file a claim. Once we receive your voucher, then we pay your claim. For some companies, it takes 5 working days. Some companies take 5 days. So some people say 5 working days, some people say 5 days, some people say 10 days. So you need to go through the process. But first of all, before you file a claim, usually you provide a claim form. You fill a claim
mm,
form. Once you fill a
okay.
claim form, a discharge voucher will be given to you. Now, once the discharge voucher is given to you and you submit,
Mm,
you will now start your countdown based on the policy as the company that you're insured with. So, like my company, if you give us a discharge voucher today is Friday, so maximum by 3 working days, excluding weekend and holidays, that will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As what you get a credit alert.
wow. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Is it
Also,
necessary to consult with an insurance agent or broker when purchasing insurance, or should one just walk in and purchase?
okay, so the benefits of I would not say you should not walk into an insurance company to purchase a plan. However, working with a financial advisor most times means that you have a personalized service. You have like your own account officer. As against most of the
Hmm.
time, when you walk into the company, they might not have a tied person to you. They might allocate to you, yes. You have a broker represents multiple insurance companies. So there's no right or
Okay.
wrong way to go about it.
Hmm. Fantastic. And as an insurance consultant, I know a whole lot of us want to work with you. We want you to advise and guide us and consult for us when it concerns insurance. So please, what's the best way? What ways can we access you, please? Can we reach
Okay,
out to you?
so
Because a
one of
lot
the
of
best
people.
All right. So one of the
Okay.
best ways to reach out to me I have a LinkedIn profile. On LinkedIn, my name is Terry Ferdinand on LinkedIn. You find me, you see me. On Facebook, my name is Terry Ferdinand. You find me,
Um,
you see me. I have a phone number as well. You can send me
well,
messages on WhatsApp. Am I permitted to share my phone number?
please go ahead. Please go ahead. You're
All right.
very
So
free.
you call my phone number on 070 8488 6926. You get my number. So I'll call it one more time: 070 8488 6920.
And move slowly.
Oh, slowly. Zero
Please, I would
seven
like you to
zero
take your
eight
number
four.
again, but slowly. Yeah.
Okay, okay, good. 070 8488
All right.
6926.
Yes.
And then you can send me an email. Probably I'll drop my email in the chat section. Let me just type it out.
Okay. All right.
Just a moment.
So we'll sure reach out. Okay.
Just a moment, please.
Okay, please.
All right. So I've shared my email in the
Okay. Oh my goodness. Please, let's hold on. Let's hold on for our speaker. He'll be with us in a minute. Please, let's hold on for our speaker. Okay, you're welcome back,
Yeah,
Mr.
thank you.
Terry.
Sorry about that.
Thank you for sharing your details, and we'll sure reach out to you as a lot
Definitely.
more people are going to connect even after the session. Some people will watch it again via YouTube, some will watch it again via Facebook. We are immensely
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your platform, and
All
thanks to
right.
Advantage Workforce.
Goodness. Thank you. And there's this quote from you that I've taken to heart, that insurance is a lifeline that supports you when financial tides threaten to, drown your stability. Please, before we round up, can you just enlighten us on this quote from you? Thank you. Hello, Mr. Ferdinand. Hello, Mr. Terry. Please, can you hear me? Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It's been an amazing experience with you all, a great learning session. We've been amazingly empowered by Mr. Terry Ferdinand. We look forward to having you in more of our meetings, in more of our trainings, in more of our webinars every week Friday, 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time. You're very welcome to join us. Chide Bube, I don't know if you have a comment or a question.
Hold on.
Any comment from Chide Bube? All right. Thank you, Chide Bube, for joining us. And Evans, any comment or question from Evans? It's okay. It's okay. It's been an amazing time with everyone. Mr. Terry, we are so grateful for this
No, it's actually,
impactful, this training. In fact, we thought we will use an hour for today's class, but I can tell you that we have gotten so much value that if not for time that we know you need to rest, we would have still continued to pick your brain
Yeah, hello.
because you're giving us great value. Thank
I
you
think
so
someone's at
much.
the background. Someone wants to say something at the
Yeah,
background. Someone's speaking at the background.
Evans. Yes,
All
Evans,
right.
please go ahead.
Yes. All right. I was trying to unmute my mic. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't working out as expected. I already say,
Wow,
I believe you can hear me loud and clear. Mm.
very
Yeah, very.
clear.
Okay.
All right. I just want to say thank you very much, Mr. Terry Ferdinand. And
No, thank you, Mr. Evans.
yes, your class is one class I will always like to be a student in whenever I have the opportunity. You've always
Yes, okay.
talked about insurance at a very comprehensible manner. Even a layman will understand that truly insurance works. So I just want to say
Absolutely.
thank you and encourage you to keep it up. Thank you very much. And the host,
No, the
thank you
pleasure.
very much too. It's a nice
Thank you,
platform to talk
Evans.
about insurance. All right.
Thanks a million, Evans. We appreciate you joining us. Special thanks to Fred Usman. Thank you, Imabong Usoro. Thank you, Jane Osajele. Thank you, Udwak Samuel Esang. Thank you, Luis Edet Emeni. You're immensely appreciated. There are others who joined us and have stepped out. We appreciate you all. We look forward to another time. He has something to add before we close. Okay. Please, I wish everyone a wonderful life, a wonderful time out, utilizing everything we've learned here. We should all take advantage of all the insurance types of insurance that we need. Like right now, I'm actually already thinking of. I'm going to discuss with Mr. Terry on how to have a renter's insurance. I think I really need that. Thank you, everyone. And special thanks to Mr. Terry. Please do have
It's
a
a
very
pleasure. It's
wonderful.
a pleasure.
You're welcome. Wonderful time. Bye bye, everyone. And before we round up, Mr. Terry, we hope to appeal for other time in future talking with us again. I hope when we knock on your door,
Definitely like to partner with you.
it's okay. Thanks a million. Thank you.
It's a
All
pleasure.
right.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Bye
Most
bye.
welcome. Bye.